Hello, guys. Just want to get you going with strategy number three for the Real Project. This is the third and final strategy we're adding to that goal of getting that 1 mile time faster or that 1 minute push up or sit up number higher. We're getting much closer to our end of the year when we'll assess and see where we are. For strategy three, we're going to take a different look compared to one and two, where they were physical training sessions. And we're going to look at equipment, resources, or training tools that can help you accomplish that goal. And a lot of times when we change things up, when we add something new into the mix, it's a huge move. It's a big move. And so think for yourself in your past, in your life, fitness related or life related. What are some of the big moves you've had to make? Maybe it was literally moving from one state to another, one school to another. Maybe it was making a friend choice or having to turn down a friend, something. What are the big moves you have made in your life? You've probably made some pretty significant moves that have shaped or altered your life to this very day. And there's a great resource, TikTok. This was a trend, and I really liked it because they asked people, what were the big moves that you had to make? And so I'm not going to play this for you. I'm going to link and QR code this video that you can watch during class here today. But I encourage you to take a look because the question is simple. What small decisions, or maybe it seemed like it was an unimportant decision, that was made greatly change your life forever. And so some really cool stories here about how people made a quick decision or a change or tried something different and it changed their life forever. What if you could do the same with how you effectively work to train for your wellness objective and how that could help you in other areas of your life? And so take a look at that. I encourage you some really cool stories in there as well. But I'll give you a story instead. So there's a story about two farmers. Okay. These two farmers were neighbors and they looked over their dry, dusty fields without much reason to hope. It was a hard time in their field, in their areas. They hadn't seen much growth. There had been a lot of drought for years and years. And not only was the drought happening in their fields, but it was also happening within the money in their bank account, as it was nearly dried up as much as the land was in front of them. But together, they promised that the coming year would be different. Then they went and checked the forecast, the predictions, and the coming year was promised to be even worse than it was the previous year. And as another season of drought was predicted in all the forecasts by all the people, both farmers turned their faces towards one another and said, well, I guess we got to look up. And they looked up. And they looked at heaven and they prayed to God, send rain, please. We need this drought to be over. We need our crops to be delivered. And yet, weeks went by, no rain. Another number of weeks went by, no rain. And both these farmers were praying, saying, God, can we get some rain here for our fields? And so both of them could ask each other, do you have faith that God will answer this prayer, answer this request, and give you the resource that you need? And they would have both told you, yes, I believe in them. Yet only one of the farmers did something. So one of the farmers climbed up on his tractor, plowed his fields, and planted seeds. And in time, rain came down and the crops started growing. And the farmer, the one farmer who actually did the action, reaped a great benefit and fulfilled the blessing of having those seeds that he planted in the fields that were plowed deliver him the crops that he most desperately need to be a farmer. Yet the other farmer who did nothing and just hoped and said, hey, I'm going to ask for this resource and I hope it all happens for me, didn't gain a single thing. And so for you, think of what you can do to help yourself get to where you want to be, accomplish what you want to accomplish. The push-ups, the mile, the sit-ups, all great goals. But we can't make it happen sometimes without having those resources or aids come to help us. But we actually have to put it into action. We can say it'd be nice to have this piece of equipment, or it'd be nice to have this training tool, or it'd be nice to have this resource. But until we actually do the things and start putting in the work and start thinking, well, what could I buy? What could I invest in? What would be the better shoes for me? We will never see the benefits because we can't just hope it into being. We have to create it into being, like these farmers did. One farmer put in the work, one farmer, unfortunately, did not. And so for strategy 3, you are going to evaluate and find a resource, a training tool, and a piece of equipment that will best help you in this venture. So for just definition purposes, a piece of equipment is any necessary item for a particular purpose. Your purpose is, I want to improve my mile time. I want to increase the number of push-ups or sit-ups. So that's a piece of equipment you're trying to do that will help you accomplish that purpose. A resource, it could be anything from a stock or supply of money, right? Money as a resource helps you buy pieces of equipment, buy things, purchase items that will help you get to where you want to be. It could be materials, it could be staff, other people, or any other asset that you could draw on to help you as a purpose accomplish your goal or to function effectively. Or it could be an action or strategy which you kind of adopt in adverse circumstances. So I'm going to really pull into this training tool, this app, because I don't have the ability to go outside my house and do a lot of exercising and Planet Fitness. So this resource of this training app, this fitness app I can download on my phone is very helpful in my adverse circumstance. Or a training tool, simply any device or activity or media product, social media stuff out there as well, used to enhance the effectiveness of training, instruction, or learning of how to incorporate various movements, exercises, or technologies to support and educate you to be at your best. So you're going to use this page 26 through 28, and you're going to need to find a piece of equipment that would help you accomplish your goal. So maybe you're someone who's doing the mile, you're saying, man, it'd be nice to have some better running shoes, right? So what type of running shoe? Be very specific. So here's an example, the Nike Metcon 9 cross training shoe. Maybe you have a different brand that you like or a different shoe that appeals to you better if you're a runner. Life application. How are you going to use it? How is it going to be helpful? Well, every day I exercise and train because I'm improving my mile. So I need some good shoes that help me not have the sores or aches in my feet. Evidence that it's going to work. How do you know that it's going to be helpful for what you need it for? What are the reviews on it? What's the proof of success? Well, hey, it gives great foot and ankle stability by all the people who gave it 4 stars on the Amazon wish list. Or hey, my favorite actor or actress or athlete, they wear this shoe in their training. So I know it's going to work because it's helped them do their thing. And then the cost. How much does this stuff cost? Because for some, that's a really big factor, right? You can look at the best of the best shoes, but not everyone can get those shoes. So when you see $150 for those Nike Metcon 9s, is that something that someone could afford? Or you'd be like, you know what, maybe I have to look for something different that will meet what I can buy with the money that I have. So that would be a piece of equipment, a resource. Think of any person or material, an item you could subscribe to, an app, those types of things. So the Ladder app is a really good one. It helps people plan their workouts, helps shape what they will do on a daily basis. So all they got to do is pull up the app and their workout is right there for them. Okay, so that's the life application, how it's going to be used. Find new exercises, find new training ideas, have workouts set up for them. The evidence that it's going to work in 2025, over 50,000 people have used this Ladder app and are subscribing to it. So clearly it's kind of a new trend of how people are going to exercise and work out. Maybe you know somebody who is using the Ladder app. And then how much it's going to cost? $30 a month, or you can buy the full year subscription of $179. Again, that's the important pieces. Then the training tool will be any type of, extra equipment that you could also gauge. So a TRX band is super cool. TRX bands are something invented by a military member. You can put them against any fence or hook them to a door. It's kind of a portable gym. And so it's really helpful for some people who are saying, you know what, I don't have money to buy a Planet Fitness membership, or that I really don't want to go to Planet Fitness or wherever it might be. Instead, I'd rather do the exercise routine where I want to do it. So I could do it at home. I could do it at the park. So that would be the life application. The evidence that it's going to work is going to be, it can be adapted for all people. The great thing, I have a TRX band, is it can be done for someone who's tall or short. It can be made accommodated for someone who is very strong or beginning their strength training. So it fits all shapes and sizes. And then the cost for a TRX band is $200. You are going to do that for page 28 through 29. Strategy 3, what is one piece of equipment What is one resource and one training tool you could add to help you accomplish your goal of a faster mile or 1 minute push-ups or sit-ups and increase that number. You're going to have a sheet on your team tables that also have some QR codes to resources like what are some popular social media influencers that could be some resources for you in your training journey, or what are the best reviewed and rated pieces of fitness equipment that are out there. Maybe you can find one of those to add to your workout routine. And so that QR code is there as well. If you have any questions, shoot me a message, but this will be strategy 3 and our goal of accomplishing the Real Project 2.0, which will be due on April 24th at the end of our class period. If you have questions about what's coming or what we have done, let me know. Use the Canvas announcement as well to see all the things that you're seeing here to help you be at your best. Be great. Be the farmer who did the work, who plowed the fields, who planted the seeds. And then when the resources actually came, he was ready to take off. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you later on.